around the city and trying to find them. Which
It's
nowadays
easier now.
Nowadays they
Now
have a
it's
little
way
tag.
easier.
Now it's a tag. You're on the sneaker lace. But
Now you just check your phone and you know where people are.
Yeah.
Back when we were going, we had to guess and hope. And if our sister was running a faster pace than we thought she was going to be running, then we just missed her.
Well, if it was actually a hot day, she'd run slower. If it's a colder day, and this is the way people run, you tend to run faster. So,
right.
It was always fun trying to catch up. We'd always try to catch her at 23rd Street in Queens with the Citibank building. And then we try to catch her at First Avenue, and then we try to catch her in the park.
Yeah, First Avenue uptown by Hogs and Heifers up there.
96th Street.
So
awesome. That was pretty good. So congratulations to Shailene. Also, I just want to quickly mention Dr. J, Julius Irving, the pride of Roosevelt, was at the Coliseum on Saturday night.
What was going on at the Coliseum Saturday night, brother?
Well, they retired his number again. The Nets retired his number a while ago when they were in New Jersey.
Yeah.
But they did a tribute to Dr. J's mentor, whose name I don't have in front of me. There was a great article by Mark Herman in the Newsday on Sunday. But basically, it was the first Long Island Nets game in the redone Coliseum. Unfortunately, there's only about 3,000 people there. And there was a lot of kids running around from what I've read.
3,000 people is what you're going to get for a D-League game.
Well, it's now the G League, my brother, because it used to be the NBA Developmental League,
right.
But now it's the NBA Gatorade League. Gatorade.
You're kidding, right? Please tell me you're kidding.
No, I'm not. There's a sponsorship with a league now. You can't wait for the arena football to be called.
People who aren't watching
Papa
Facebook
John's
Live,
Arena Football.
People who aren't watching the Facebook Live don't see me shaking my head right now.
Yeah,
this
so
is horrible.
I mean, but think about it. The WNBA allows full ads on their jerseys. The NBA,
that's fine.
The
teams
NBA
do that.
would
Soccer
like to
teams do it all over the place.
Yeah, the NBA during exhibition games allows a side patch with a
and that's going to be
thing.
expanded in the coming seasons.
I'm sure it will be. But it was nice to see Dr. J back on Long Island.
The doc.
To me, we watched him growing up. One of the greatest basketball players ever.
Undoubtedly a top 50 player.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably a top 20 player.
If you just want to say this, before LeBron, before Michael Jordan, there was Dr. J.
Yes.
And unfortunately, there's not a lot of footage of him because he was in the ABA and nothing was saved.
No, but he did plenty with the 76ers.
Yeah, but that one where he comes around the net and then
underneath,
puts it underneath
against the Lakers.
Yeah, so that's maybe his famous one in the NBA. But the most famous thing he did was taking it from the free throw line in the ABA dunk contest in '76. So
back when he actually did jump from the free throw. Nowadays guys say they're jumping from the free throw line, but they step about 2 feet over it,
right? And
they go to the basket. And it's like, the Dr. J dunk. It's like, no,
yeah.
Back up 3 feet, then it's the Dr. J dunk.
By the way, I got to mention this, brother. Join DJ Solero every Sunday at 3 p.m. for Lyrics to Go. Explore the creativity of hip hop music and other musics with DJ Solero right here on WHPC every Sunday at 3 p.m. So I just want to mention Dr. J. Now, one thing we have to say, my brother.
About what?
The Knicks are not missing.
Pat Jovino, who was watching on the Facebook Live just a couple minutes ago, said, how about the Knicks, Tim?
Well,
Pat Jovino, this is for you.
The Knicks are not missing Carmelo Anthony, are they?
I told you they wouldn't. Why would they miss a guy who demands shots, who stops your offense from moving the ball? Why would they miss that? Let's put it this way, all right? So far, 9 games into the season, as far as I'm concerned, the Carmelo Anthony trade has been a rousing success.
Yep, definitely.
All right? And I said this when they made the deal, that getting Enes Kanter and Doug McDermott and a second-round pick, I still think they should have really pushed hard to get a first-round pick. But to me, the surprise of this trade has been Enes Kanter is a rebounding machine.
Yep.
I had no idea that this was going to happen. And I don't know how. I don't know where it comes from or who got in this kid's head. But holy cow, this guy just grabs boards left and right.
Yep.
And the reason that is so important is because it means Porzingis doesn't have to do it. All right? It allows Porzingis to stay closer to the perimeter, and if Cantor gets the rebound, gets it to the point guard, the Knicks are now fast breaking, and now Porzingis is at the front of the fast break as opposed to at the back of it, and he's never going to catch up. Porzingis is not a fast guy. Is he mobile? Yes. Can he move? Yes.
Yeah.
And he's a good guy in the offense, but he's not a speed guy. He's not going to catch up to a fast break. So the fact that he can be out on the break with the point guard is an enormous thing for the Knicks.
Yep. This team it's first of all, it's a different team now without Carmelo slowing things.
Immensely different.
And it's fun to watch too. These guys are just, right now the Knicks are 5-4, which
shocking.
They're over 500. I mean, they're in third place right now, and actually they're tied for second. When
was the last time we could say this, and I say this not facetiously, this late in the season? I know we're only 9 games in the season, but what was the last time that we could say at this point in the season that the Knicks are over 500? It's been a few years.
Yes, it has. It really has. So I have a feeling that the way the Knicks are started, this could be the beginning of the Knicks owning this town again. Because out of all of the teams in New York City, the Knicks have always been the team that people gather around the most.
Well, the Knicks are the beloved team in New York City. Right. Besides the Yankees, the Knicks are
but the
that
Yankees,
team.
Not everyone loves the Yankees because they're Met fans.
Right.
It's nothing against the Brooklyn Nets, but there's no great
and the Nets
groundswell.
The Nets are still 5 years away.
And you'd think that the people in Brooklyn, which is a basketball.
But a lot of basketball fans in Brooklyn are Knicks fans.
Right.
And the only way that you're going to get those fans to shift is by winning. And the Nets are still far away from winning.
They blew their chance of maybe taking over a little bit because the Knicks were so bad for the last few years. And while they moved to Brooklyn and they could have drawn some fans that way, the Nets have been just horrible. The Nets have always been the unwanted child, so to speak, of New York area and of the NBA too. They're not going anywhere because of the arena in Brooklyn.
Right.
But they haven't had a following since Dr. J.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give the Nets some credit, actually.
Okay.
Because I personally think Kenny Atkinson is doing a remarkable job, and I think that given the restrictions that team has. And the fact that they're still giving draft picks to the Boston Celtics for what proved to be a disastrous trade. I mean, I respect them for going for it and trying to bring in Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and trying to win a championship. But the price that they paid, they're still paying for it. And their first round pick this year, I think goes to the Cleveland Cavaliers now because I'm pretty sure that was in the Kyrie Irving trade that was made in the offseason. But to look at the Nets right now, they're not horrible. Last year they were horrible, and 2 years before that they were probably worse. But they're bringing in players, and I think Kenny Atkinson is a guy who you can't look at his record because you have to look at the players he has. They're developing players. The players who they've picked in the last couple of drafts haven't been maybe the guys that you would want to build a team around, but they're taking some chances. And they're picking guys who maybe they had an injury or something, right, and they would have been higher picks if they were healthy. So I kind of like the philosophy that they're bringing, but it's a project that is a few years from coming to fruition, at least.
It's unfortunate. I think the Atlantic Division is going to be one of the tough divisions this year. If you're just looking at what's going on. I mean, even Philadelphia is 5-4.
Philly, the process is coming to fruition right this year. This is the year for it.
They were so bad last year.
The Sixers are definitely going to be over 500 this year. I'm guaranteeing that. But this is a team that within 2 years I think should be probably competing for a title.
Well,
and I know that sounds crazy, but
I'm sure they want to.
They got a lot of young talent on that team, and it's going to get it's going to grow up in a hurry.
And quickly, the Islanders.
How about those Islanders? The
Islanders are playing pretty damn well, considering the craziness off the ice. The Islanders are in fourth place. They're 8-5-1. The Rangers have actually moved up one. They're now 6-7-2. But the Devils are 9-3-0. Columbus is 9-4-1, but the Islanders have been playing very well.
Big win for the Islanders last night.
When I watch the Islanders, this is what I think. I say, will John Tavares sign with them at the end of the season? And I get the impression that the way they're playing right now, he just might, because he
has to. They have to make sure he does. Plain and simple, they have to make sure he does.
And they have to give him, what he wants and how he wants it, and whether they get their arena at Belmont or maybe somewhere else. I've said they should take over the Mitchell Field complex right outside where we're here at Nassau Community College, knock that down.
I'm ready for it.
And just put the Coliseum right there, take down some of those buildings that are around it, and put the parking there. That's where I'd put the Coliseum.
And shout out to Matthew Barzal last night for setting a franchise rookie record with 5 assists.
5 assists. That's
5 assists in the 6-4 win over the Avalanche. It was impressive. I watched the last 2 periods of that game. Barzal was off the hook. Plain and simple. A lot of great passes.
We should say that Jeffrey Kamwara won the men's division for the New York City
Marathon. I don't know why you didn't mention that before.
I just forgot.
Come on, Jeffrey Kamwara.
Yeah. Okay, so
210 and change. And Meb, my sister's favorite runner, Meb, ran his last marathon yesterday.
Yeah, fortunately, our sister can't run it anymore.
Well,
she had a hip replacement, and the doctor said you can't run anymore, which is unfortunate. Our sister loved running. Anyway, quickly, soccer, both NYC FC and the Red Bull season is over. Now, this is why I hate about the MLS, because the 2 games. How did they lose? They actually won. Didn't they win both games?
Goal differential.
Goal differential. Why don't they do this during the season then?
What do you mean during the season?
Why is there no goal differential? BS.
They play 2 games, 1 home, 1 away.
Right.
And whoever gets the most goals wins.
Well, why would you change?
So it's like the first game is the first half. Why would you change the
rules for the playoffs?
It's the playoffs
that you don't do.
Why do NBA teams play a best of 7?
That's different.
No, it's not different.
Yes, it is, because they win. Whoever wins the game wins the game.
Wrong.
They don't base it on the amount of points they score.
Wrong.
It is. No, that's true.
This is how it works. This is how it works.
What?
Deal with it, all right? Just deal with it.
What? It's a stupidness of the
no, it's not
Major
stupid.
League Soccer.
It's what it is. It's
it's
how they've been doing it for many years. So deal with it.
Yeah, well,
let's talk about the important thing in soccer.
Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute. Hurry up.
All right, and that was my Tottenham Hotspur defeating Real Madrid in the Champions League. And not just beating them, all right? This is what I want to say. Not just beating them. They thrashed them, as they would say over in the UK. Thrashed. Tottenham had a 3-0 lead. Dele Alli, my man, scored twice. And then Christian Eriksen added a third. Tottenham could have had 4 or 5 over the defending Champions League champions.
Okay.
All right? Supposedly one of the best teams in the world. And what did Real Madrid do at Wembley Stadium against Tottenham? Folded. Tottenham made them fold. They could not keep up with Tottenham. Cristiano Ronaldo was left shaking his head in frustration. Put it this way, Cristiano Ronaldo was feeling everything that the Giants and Giants fans were feeling yesterday. That's how he felt on Wednesday. Because Tottenham Hotspur destroyed his team.
Okay, well, anyway, brother.
Tim out.
Okay, that's about it for our show. From the Press Box here every Monday, 10 a.m. to 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WHPC, streaming on the iHeartRadio app. This will be up on Spreaker as a podcast later, also on our Facebook page. Coming up next is Big Ed with the Good Gold Show, playing the songs that radio doesn't want to play anymore. They're all good songs. But, radio's filled, like we can't play anything in the 60s anymore.
And don't forget to crank it up.
And crank it up, baby. Crank it up.
The opinions expressed on air are not necessarily those of WHPC, its management, or Nassau Community College.
Responsible opposing viewpoints will be considered by emailing them to whpc@ncc.edu or by mail to WHPC 1 Education Drive, Garden City, New York, 11530.
Thanks for listening to the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.